Good morning. It's Christy here. And today I'm talking to you all about fraudulent sellers and buyers. And I really hope that you all, buyers and sellers alike, share this, spread it. I want it everywhere because I've had enough. And I'm hoping that some of these other legitimate sellers have had enough too. Yesterday, I went on a support group for sellers in the meta field and found by accident that someone was selling one of my items on eBay. Now, this person that is selling my item, and like I said, I found it out accidentally. I originally found out they were selling somebody else's items, word for word, giving no claim to this seller. I later asked this seller if this person had bought from them and resold the item. And they said, well, some were bought and some were just copied word for word. My item was a dire wolf. And she was purchased from a client named Elise Dawn. And yes, I can say your name without being liable because I have proof that you're a thief and a liar. She purchased this item, then went 3 months later and was selling it on eBay with shipping for a higher total amount. So right then and there, I already have a spell on all of my items that if you even try to make a penny more than I sold it to you for, not including shipping, the binding, the companion, everything's gone. You changed the eye color. You didn't mention the cubs, but you wrote the height and you used my words and my description saying that you were offering this. You were so happy to offer this to the public. You aren't offering anything. It's my item. If you want to resell something of mine, then you say, from Christy Dow of Enchanted Enlightenment. And then you put on there why you are selling it in 3 months. This is one that you chose, that came to you for a visiting companion. You chose. You haven't even had time to fully bond, but you're selling my item? Again, this is your choice. I don't care. But don't be fraudulent about it. Oh, and for future frauds out there, and there are so many of you, all of my items are spelled. Not only for you not being able to make money off of me, but if you do any fraudulent acts, whether I know about it or not, the binding's gone. So you're selling a piece of metal or air to somebody. Don't mess with a witch. Don't mess with sellers. It is not cool. It is not legit, and you're a fraud. I will not tolerate this, and neither should any of the other sellers and buyers. Now, for those buyers that are supporting Elise, this fraud and liar, and you're blocking these sellers for calling her out, good for you. We don't need your work. Go away. You will be banned from this community. Let me tell you, I won't even think of doing any work for anyone that is supporting Elise at all. Yeah, she may be your friend, but you don't have to hurt or condemn a seller that she has taken advantage of. This is enough. Oh, and for all of you wannabes that think you're out there and you think you can send this negative energy, this morning, before I even did this video, I did a spell of pure white love, white light, and I surrounded every person in my life, every animal, every house, every car, every seller that I feel strongly about, everyone that I love, everyone. This big bubble of love and protection went around all of them. All of them. So you can try to give your attitude or send negative energy, or some of you idiots with your thought forms, feel free to send them. But let me tell you, it's going to bounce back, go to you times 10, so I wouldn't even try it. I am done playing games with you people. This is my business. All these sellers spend hours, days, weeks, years learning and figuring out how to do all this, and some idiot will come in here and want to think they're going to make some quick money and lie and cheat people. I am tired of it, and I will not tolerate it anymore. And you may think it's just me all by myself. Think again. I have many sellers, many friends, many psychics, many witches that will stand by me 100%. We are not tolerating frauds anymore. We may not be able to call you all out right away. I can call Elise out. I have proof. 100,000,000% proof. So I'm not liable. But let me tell you, I will not play these games with any of you anymore. Buyers, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. Look at the readings. When you go on eBay, and all of her things are now deleted because I reported her and she decided to take them all down. All of her readings were different. Why would you go to a seller that one reading is this long, one explanation, one is a mile long, and that one will be in bullet form and another will be in paragraph form? Come on, use common sense. Even the wording was different, the way the speech was in the writing. Pay attention to who you're buying from. Take responsibility. And yes, I'm mad. I am tired of having to support people who won't help themselves. Be proactive. If something looks fishy, it is. And if someone is selling a spirit for $10, it's a piece of crap. Now, all of my companions come to me, and they are all in a contract with me. I help them, they help me. Anybody tries to screw me, they're gone. It's a fact. Deal with it. Don't be a fraud. And yes, there are sellers out there that claim to be legit, and they write all their write-ups and all their things are the same, and that's hard because they are a fraud, because they couldn't read their own companions, and then they were selling companions that they bought from other people, and then all of a sudden one day they're conjuring. That is hard for the buyers to tell. And unfortunately, because we can't just come out and say, this person's a fraud, because we can be held liable. You need to listen to the grapevine. You need to pay attention. Watch these people. I have a mentee that I'm working with. This is going to take years to get her where she needs to be. She's decided, yes, I want to do this. I want to conjure. But she didn't say, I'm going to do it today. She's learning. She's learning the craft. She's learning about herself. She's understanding the relationships between entity, spirits, and herself. If somebody hasn't trained, hasn't been doing this for years, then don't go to them. And yes, I know of one seller that is very big, and she has lied about how long she's been selling. She wasn't selling when she was with me and Amy on Hallowed Way, and then all of a sudden she's been selling for 10 years. Or whatever the age is. I don't even know the exact date. Either way, what I'm saying is some people are better liars than others. You're going to get taken advantage of if you don't look at the testimonials, if you don't talk to people, if you don't read and pay attention. This community needs to be protected. And unfortunately, you can't do the ethics committee like Gin and Tonic were trying to do, and with good faith and good hope. But when frauds are signed up on it, what does it really mean? We have to hold ourselves accountable, and the buyers have to hold people accountable. Now, this doesn't mean you can mouth off to a seller, because let me tell you, the first one that mouths off to me is not having business. I don't need your business. I am a person that is bringing love and learning and help and aid to this world. But I don't need to be walked on, and I don't owe anyone anything, and nor do these sellers. Respect them. You don't have to grovel. You don't have to look up to them. They're not gods, but they do deserve your respect. I am tired of the back talk and the bad treating and the bad mouthing and the expectations that we owe you something. Stop. Treat others as you want to be treated, or don't come our way. I'm done with this, and I'm done with the frauds. And I'm done with the people doing thought forms and negative energy to hurt others. I am not one for revenge, but baby, I will protect myself. Now, I will tell you, and this is the last time I'm going to say it. If you want to sell one of my items that you have legitimately purchased from me, that is your right. Do not sell it for more than you paid for me. I have records of everything. Do not claim that you are the conjurer, whether you do it, I did this, or you kind of just skid it by, and I'm offering this, but I'm not telling you who did it, and I'm not directly saying I did it, but I'm not directly saying anyone else did it. You write my words anywhere, you will claim that I did it. And you will put on there for the poor soul that you're selling to, if you're fraudulent, that you paid this amount of money, and they can't resell it for more than this amount of money. Not what you did, but what I charged you for. And that does not include shipping. That does not include the jewelry. That's the item. I inventory everything on your invoice. It's there. I'm not playing. Now, if I, and I never would, were going to sell an item that I bought from Jules, and again, I never would, but hypothetically, I would write, I am offering this item from Jules. And I would put her full business name. I would say, I purchased this item for such amount, and this is why I'm getting rid of this item. Whether it's I don't feel a connection, we've outgrown, she's calling to go to someone else, whatever. And then you list the information as she wrote it. Don't go changing the eyes from yellow to sapphire blue. I'm telling you, it's time to stop, and us sellers need to get together and call out these people and let it be known that we're not playing this game anymore. Yeah, this isn't a witching hunt. This isn't going after people that we suspect or we don't like. This is when you have proof. When you have proof, you make it known so that no one is taken advantage of. My initial thought when I looked at that, when I saw that, was, oh my God, this is one I've sold. I didn't know who it was. It was Wishful Spirits or Wishful something. I didn't know who was selling this item. All I knew was this was my item. And then I went through all of my dire wolves to find out which reading this was. And then I found it. And then I noticed, well, they didn't mention the Cubs. They the eye colors change, but the height from the ground to the top of their head is the same. And the write-up is exactly the same word for. And I thought, oh my God, this person is selling an empty vessel and stealing the write-up from one of my clients from one of my events. And I was mortified that this person would take advantage of my client. That was my first thought. Not me, my client. And then to find out my client was screwing me. Try it again. I promise you, you won't get far. Sellers and buyers, it's time to unite and say no more. You make the decision if you're going to keep playing this game. We can't prevent it all from happening, and we can't dwell on it all happening. I'm not going to, but I'm going to let it be known. And it's already written in my terms of service about making money off my items. But that's okay. Now I'm going to add, and I've already spelled every single being I have ever sold, that if a person is fraudulent, your contract is done. Adios. They can come back to me for resell. They can go to wherever they're from. They're not staying with you. I don't have to see you be fraudulent for the contract to be done. Poof. Case solved. Now the people that are suffering are the people you're scamming as buyers. It's time to stick together, everyone. It's time to make it stop. Maybe some other sellers should do the same. I know this has been a gripe fest, but I do truly hope you all have a wonderful day. And please, be proactive. Find out who really is legit. And don't try to save a penny, because that penny may actually get you air. Have a great day, all. Love and light. Bye.